Hello my beautiful people. Today I'm going to be showing you guys a video on how I made a DIY soap cutter, $300 in worth or more from what I've been seeing. Also, I'm sick, so don't mind my voice, but let's dive right in. So first things first, you're going to need a saw. Yes, a saw with its sharp ends and all. Alright, I'm exaggerating. Not that type of saw, okay? You're just gonna need a nice little coping saw. This is the one that I used, and as you can see, it looks a lot like the soap cutter that I used before, but you guys already know of that horrible part where it broke, right? And guitarists, close your eyes. We're gonna need guitar strings, okay? And we're also gonna need wire cutters. Yes, you already know where this is headed. So first things first, I cut my guitar strings. Guitarists, close your eyes. But yeah, I just cut it, and I'm trying to decide like which length. I am kind of what's that word, indecisive, and as you can see, I'm just struggling a bit. It took me some time to figure this whole part out, but basically you want to put the top part where the hook is of the coping saw. So this is gonna give it structure, but because I chose this coping saw, I realized that it didn't fit. The reason why I chose this coping saw was because it was wooden. It had a wooden handle, but I didn't consider the how wide the hook actually is. So I actually learned how to do this coping saw from another video about how to make it, and they used a different one, but I just didn't like the aesthetic. So that was my mistake, and it took me a bit to figure out how to get that like the nut of the guitar string, how to get it caught in the hook. But I basically had to just bend it into a 90-degree angle, and from there it got caught. So the reason why this method works actually is because when it gets caught in the hook, there is a tension that is created when you start to tighten it at the bottom, and that creates a very sharp wire. Okay, it's very sharp and it's perfect for soap. It can't cut wood anymore, but that's not what we want. We want to cut soap, and it's more than enough strength to cut soap. And yeah, I just really like it. So don't judge me, but I actually had to cut another one because I did not measure anything. I just kind of went for it with making this soap cutter, which is totally good to do, just do it, honestly. But just doing that means that you're gonna fail a lot of times. So I had to cut like 5 guitar strings to get the right length in the end, because it was getting too short, then it was too long, and then it was too short again, and it was just, you just need it just right, okay? Anyways, now I am actually attaching the bottom, okay? This is different from the top. Before, we was attaching the top hook to the nut, you can say, of the guitar string, so that there can be a sort of grip there. But now this is the bottom part. So the bottom part is different because, as you can see, there is no like nut there. It's just a straight wire there, and it's very pointy, okay? So be careful. But you basically want to put the wire in between the slit, and then you turn it as it's in the slit from the bottom, and then you wrap it back up again, and then you just turn, and you just keep doing that over and over. Okay, so now that everything is set up, I just want to emphasize the importance of your first turn, okay? Because if it's a little bit too loose, that can cause some issues down the line, long term, when you cut your soap. So make sure your first turn is as tight as it can be around the hook, around the back of the metal protrusion that you can see. It looks like a little tongue, you know? So there's a specific way you have to do it. I didn't really show it as clear. Unfortunately, I was wearing gloves that I just washed because I was trying to be extra clean for some reason, which now that I'm looking back in hindsight, it didn't really make sense to use gloves at all because I cleaned this whole thing multiple times. So I'm too clean sometimes. Anyways, yeah, just make sure that you're doing that. And as you can see, I'm just turning a lot. It's good. The more turns you can do, that's good, but be very careful in this process. And I highly recommend actually getting a hot glue gun. I didn't consider this when I made this soap cutter, but basically, like, when you cut the end, it keeps on getting loose. Get ready for that if you do the wrong soap cutter as I did. Oh, as you can see, that 90-degree angle of the string that I did, it's because the tension is going to be where the top is. I'm gonna speak more about that actually later with my soap cutter. I'm gonna just show you guys a more closer up look, but anywho, the bottom, yeah. So just make sure that when you turn it, it's going to be through the slit at the bottom, at the back of the metal tongue protrusion thing that you can see. And look, as you can see, I'm demonstrating what it's going to be like. So you're basically going to push the screw through the coping saw hole, and then from there you are going to use the handle to create that sort of the handle has a hole in the inside. So from the top screw that is through the hole, the handle is going to be tightening on the string. And I was struggling. Okay, I am not a strong gal at all, like at all. So I actually needed help at this part. I just got my mom to help me. Shout out to my mom, by the way. Like, I am blessed with the mother I have. I'm going to give her all of her flowers because God bless her. I'm so glad God gave me her. Anyways, I'm going off topic now, but yeah, this is really hard. If you're a dude, okay, this is going to be easy peasy for you. Now I understand why dudes make a lot of things, because it is hard making these things. Goodness gracious, I was using every ounce of my being trying to put that thing through, and it just kept popping back out. And yeah, I just hope you guys understand what I'm trying to do though. So I just cut this, I just like cut soap with this, but I hope you can see what I was talking about when I said I didn't do the same thing as the YouTube tutorial that I saw on how to make this. Hers was easier because hers, she can just put the nut thing, that nut at the, I guess you could say it's at the right. She could just put that right on top, but me, I was forced to do a 90-degree angle and it had to rest on the right. So that's why I don't really suggest this coping saw, but I really like that I changed it up and did my own adjustment and did my own thing, because I like wooden things. I just like how it looks like. So I'm glad I did. But if you just want to get the job done and stuff, I just highly recommend following her tutorial. But if you're like me, you like cute things. Not saying hers was not cute. It was cute by all means. And everybody has their own sense of style, okay? It's just I have my own unique desire for what I want my stuff to look like, and this was it. So it was worth the trouble to me. But yeah, that is what I was talking about before, if you guys were confused, because I am so sorry. I did not film that thing right. I used gloves. I was being extra clean and everything was just a mess. But I got the gist of what I wanted to show. Also the bottom, okay? It's blurry. Okay, let's see if this can work. All right, so the bottom. Ignore that piece of glove, but it has helped. But anyways, This was the part that I was talking about, the tongue protrusion. As you can see, the wire is hooked from not only the middle of the slit, it's like from the middle of the slit, then it turns to the back of the metal protrusion that looks like a tongue, then it goes to the other side, the wire goes up, and then from up there I began to turn it around. I began to turn it around and around the wire up here. That's when I began to do it. So I hope you understand what I'm talking about conceptually, because this is actually the determining factor on how much years you can get out of this soap cutter. This soap cutter, I am hypothesizing to last 50 years. Yes, this thing should last forever, okay? The way this wire is, let me show you. This wire, I wish you guys could feel it. It is sharp. The tension on this wire, it has a lot of tension, and it is very, very sharp. Not sharp enough to cut skin, but it is sharp enough to cut really hard soap. Okay, not really hard soap, but pretty hard soap. Typically a soap cutter would break with soft soap, but this can cut hard soap, and it feels like butter with soft soap. And that's the type of soap we usually make anyways. We usually cut our soap the day after it's made, and that's when it's the softest. So yeah, I just highly recommend this thing. And this soap cutter, if you wanted to make a business out of it, this could turn into a huge business. Like, if you have the strength for this thing to make it consistently, go for it. Like, honestly, go for it. Wood crafts are so underrated, and this thing just saves so much time. As a soap maker, I can see people using this for other things too. I don't know what other things, but there's a lot of things that soap has in common with food, so there has to be something. But yeah, this is just really dope, and I highly recommend. Highly recommend. And if I ever find the strength to make this and possibly sell it, I'll let you guys know. But till then, I hope my tutorial helps you guys to hopefully make it on your own if you're just interested in some nice soaps. And look at my wonderful soaps. These are my carrot cake soaps. I've been talking about getting a vanilla soap for ages, and it has finally came true. This thing, the scent of it is so good, because when you put this like to cure, it literally makes your whole room smell so good. And the way that it lasts on your body, literally you can smell good the whole day just using this soap on your own skin. Like, you can just smell the vanilla on your skin. This is my favorite soap. My skin loves this soap the most. And all of our skins are different. All of our skin needs different things. That's why people have dry skin. That's why some people have oily skin. So this is just the type of soap that my skin likes. The type of soap that my mom likes is not this. It's actually my orange soap. And I should go and pull that up real quick. Okay, so this is my orange soap, and this is the one that my mom loves. This one her skin loves a lot too as well, and it's contrary to the one that I prefer, but I also love this one. Another one that I love a lot as well is my frankincense soap, and this one, I have a lovely beautiful customer that loves this one, and is just, I think it was one of my first soaps ever that I've made, or one of the first. Maybe it's, anywho, it's one of them. But yeah, it was just really neat. So now I have 1, 2, 3. I have 3 scents, and I'm thinking of making 4 in total, because this is actually carrot cake scented with actual carrots in it through essential oil. And yeah, my fourth one is just going to be straight vanilla. This smells very vanilla-y, but it's like carrot cakey, you know, so it's like not totally vanilla. And my vanilla soap, it's going to be very different because as you can see, this is orange, this is like orange, but my vanilla soap is going to be purely white, brownish. So it's going to be very different from my typical soaps, but I just want that option out there because a lot of my customers are actually like older, beautiful women, and I want to open things up more to people who are younger than me. So that's why I'm going to try to make some vanilla soap. And after that, I'm done. I'm just gonna focus on different shapes from then. But yeah, that's just where I'm headed. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed that little tidbit, my little rant there. But I'm at the end of my video. Dang, I really like this video. It's kind of fun to make. But yeah, I hope you all have a lovely, blessed day. And bye. Take care of yourself and do self-care. Wash your body, please. Wash your body. Bye.